Hello everyone, back to tuning into our extended USA forecast. So what's also on Wednesday, we're having a look at the ECMWF seasonal model, or extended model, for the next 6 weeks in terms of 500 millibar height, temperature and precipitation anomalies. Going through the next 6 weeks, so this will take us up to 24th of April, can you believe, for the United States. And we'll have a look at what's going on. Have a look at what's going on in a moment. Thank you so very much, everybody, for tuning in. Just say we reached the 6 a.m. forecast earlier on today. We've got a little verification video, a little surprise video coming up for you shortly for the winter of 2020-2023 forecast. We're verifying how the forecast went. And then we're going to be live streaming at 6 p.m. This evening. So please like, share and subscribe on our videos and live streams and whatnot. Thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much to ECMWF.INT for supplying the charts as well. And we'll do it, shall we? So let's start off with the week 1. 500 millibar height anomaly across America. This is the current week, of course, from the 13th to the 20th of March. So, unsettled week, below average heights, low pressure into West America, and also extending through many parts of America, actually. So, much of the states under a trough of low pressure this week, indicating a cold week. And we can see from a temperature anomaly, but we have got, very unusually, for the past for the past few months and past winter, very unusual, have got coast-to-coast cold average weather right away from the west coast all the way over to the eastern seaboard. Most places are coming out with below average temperatures. The core of the cold is in the far north of America, but it's central northern states where we're like 10 degrees or more below average, but quite widely across America, we're like 3 to 6 degrees below normal. So a very cold week currently taking place across much of America. Now, you want to see that, you want to see that, don't you? So precipitation-wise, it looks like this. Wet in this week from Pacific Coast to the Rockies, and then also quite wet around the Great Lakes, going to the northeastern part of America. Of course, a lot of that could be snow. Wet towards Florida and around the Gulf Coast as well, and then dry through the central eastern states here. Like through the breadbasket and over into the eastern portion of America. Right, week 2 will be the 20th to 27th of March. So the ridge that we've had throughout most of winter begins to reappear again down to the southeastern part of America. That starts to bring probably milder air up the east coast again as a trough of low pressure begins to retreat where it has been throughout most winter back towards those more central and western parts of the states. Not much of a warmer temperature anomaly though. It does show that the core of the cold is light in the west now and up towards the northwest. But even so, over on the east side, it's still a little bit colder than average. So I thought it'd probably be a little bit more of a warm up than that. So that's another cold week to come next week across most parts of America. And precipitation-wise, actually it's wetter than average through the southeastern corner and over on the western side of America. And again, like this in the east, with those cold average temperatures could be falling in circles. There will be significant snow in mountainous areas of the west with heavy rain more toward the Pacific coast. Right, week 3 will be the 27th. Week 3 will be the 27th of March to the 3rd of April. Trough of low pressure in the north and in the northeast as well, below average heights up there. A bit of a ridge beginning to start appearing down to the southwestern part of America, which is something we haven't had for a little while. Temperature anomaly is still showing quite cold across much of the state, so this is quite an extended cold period now that we're in across America, all the way again from the Pacific coast to the Atlantic coast. Many areas coming out colder than normal, maybe a slight recovery in the temperature taking place around the Great Lakes, but I'll be a little bit dubious about that. I think it'll still be quite cold really there. It's probably being influenced by sea surface or by temperature anomalies on the surface of the Great Lakes. And then down into southern parts of America near all, or no signal with a temperature on it, but it still is quite cold really across many parts of America there. Turning drier in the west, so drier in the west and southwest around the Pacific coast, and also extending into the Rockies as well, possibly near normal to no signal for precipitation further east. Week 4 will be the 3rd to the 10th of April. weakening signal now. Some higher pressure towards the northeastern part of America. Otherwise, quite difficult to decipher what is going on there. Temperature anomaly is milder than average in the extreme northeast, colder than average in the west and in the northwest. Signals are weakening. And precipitation wise, it's wet down towards the south, dry in west, and wet up towards the northeast. Week 5 will be the 10th to the 17th of April. Again, very weak signals once more. Let's put in a big couple of question marks. I'd underline them. Still not much of a signal for a warm-up, though, is there? Like these western, northern, and also southern states still coming out largely on the cold side. It's a little bit milder, perhaps, over in the extreme east and northeast, but to be honest, there's no particular signal there for a warm-up. So delayed spring is likely here for Northern America. Not much signal for precipitation. And then lastly, week 6, which is 17th to 24th of April. And again, it's a very, very weak signal. So I'm just going to put in one big question mark now. And we'll have a look at the temperature anomaly, which is coming out a little bit colder across western parts of America still, and up in the north, maybe hinting at being a little bit milder around most southern and eastern coast there, but it is a weak signal. Lastly, precipitation-wise, again, not much of a signal, but dry out towards the Pacific coast there in the western part of America. Right, so we definitely say like the next 2 or 3 weeks it's going to be quite cold across much of the states. This week is cold, next week likely to be quite cold as well, and that could last into week 3 as well. After that, probably a little bit of a warm-up, the more southern east areas with cold retreating back towards the west, but you know, it's a long way out. The signal there is very weak, so I think we just have to wait and see about that, to be honest. Certainly the next 2 or 3 weeks looking quite cold with a delayed spring for much of America. If you enjoyed this XO USA podcast, very interesting and informative, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. And we're back later on with our winter 2020-2023 forecast notification for the UK. And also we will be live streaming from 6 PM. For XO USA forecast, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.